So you asked me why does it make sense, or what's wrong with men trying to get women's approval? And I said, when we're all born, our first caregiver is typically a woman, a mother, or some other, usually female caregiver, and it makes sense that our very survival depends on figuring out how to manage our caregiver, and make sure that they're available and they give us what we need and want. Then, for most of us, when we go off to school, I only had one male teacher until I got to junior high. So that meant just even getting from kindergarten to first grade to second grade. Not only as a little boy, I had to learn my reading, writing, and arithmetic, but how to please a woman. Because, I've got to do it right to get to, move on and get approval. So if you think about it, for really most human beings, our earliest experiences are around needing to learn to negotiate the politics of making a woman happy because our well-being depended on it. Now, typically in what we might say is cultures further back than ours, where there's masculine initiation, this was normal. Well, the little boys grow up, making mom happy. And then, around adolescence, of course, there's rituals in Judaism. There's always been rituals and initiation. And so the little boy around adolescence, the men come, take him away from the mother's influence, and take him out and initiate him into the scary world of the masculine. Now he just primarily hangs out with men, and he gets the privileges of being the adult male. And these rituals have existed for for all human history, as far as we can tell. Nowadays, we don't have them, which means nothing breaks that dynamic of the little boy trying to please women. There's no taking them away by the men and giving them a masculine initiation where they learn to bond and connect with men and get things done with men and then interact with women from not that place of, oh, I need your approval. It comes from a very different place. So the real problem is not that we all have that experience growing up. The problem is nothing interrupts it anymore. And one thing that I say to a lot of, especially the younger men, younger nice guys I work with, I said that they're still hanging out in the nursery. They pursue lives that require nothing of them. Searching for stuff on the internet doesn't require anything of you. Masturbating to porn on the internet doesn't require anything of you. Playing video games doesn't require anything of you. Surfing Netflix doesn't require anything of you. Smoking pot, drinking, hanging out with women that you don't even show them you're interested in them sexually. It's all hanging out in the nursery because the boys have always been sought to seek feminine approval, which you can't ever really get. There's really no such thing as feminine approval. There is masculine approval. If you in the masculine world, a man tells you, here's what you need to do. All right, you do it, you get approved of. You know that. In the feminine world, there's never that structure of if you do this, you'll be approved of. And so that's the problem with seeking the feminine approval. It keeps you in the nursery, and you never actually do attain it because there is no attaining of feminine approval.